Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the gym at Needham High School in Needham, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity boys volleyball contest between the hosting Rockets of Needham High School and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. Well, folks, you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you chose to be here. I don't care where you're watching this from. As far as I'm concerned, you're right here with us watching this one, and you chose to be here. Now, are you ready for a state finals rematch? Brookline and Needham, the two Bay State Conference rivals, the last time they faced each other was on that fateful day back in June of 2025 when the Brookline High Warriors defeated Needham 3-1 to claim their first state championship in over 30 years. And boy, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another amazing match between these two today. Last year, they faced off 3 times in total. Brookline taking the 2 regular season matches in straight sets. They won the first one in Brookline on April 10th, 2025, 3-0, 25-19, 25-21, 25-15. Then won the second one here in Needham on May 13th, also 3-0, 25-16, 25-22, 25-18. But before those matches last year, Brookline had not beaten Needham in a match since 2011. So for 14 years, Needham was undefeated against Brookline. But then last year, Brookline broke through, took the regular season sweep, and then prevailed in the state finals 3-1, 20-25, 27-25, 25-22, 25-15. And these two teams coming to this match still ranked among the best in volleyball in the state of Massachusetts. Brookline entering this one ranked first according to MassHighSchoolVolleyball.com. However, ranked second in the first MIAA Division I power rankings that were released Tuesday morning. Brookline coming in behind the Natick team that they defeated earlier this season. You know, sometimes that's just how the math shakes out in terms of, strength of schedule. Needham, meanwhile, ranked third in the power rankings, ranked fourth on MassHighSchoolVolleyball.com, third out of Division I teams, trailing only Brookline and Natick in those rankings on MassHSVB.com. So you don't know what you're going to get with a matchup between two marquee programs like this, two of the best volleyball programs in the state of Massachusetts. This is going to be a heavyweight bout, and you don't want to miss a moment of this one, folks. And I'm happy to say that this broadcast is sponsored. As you can see from the bottom center of your screen, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. Brookline High sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything from remodels to handyman honey-do lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit BRKLNproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's BRKLNproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. And once again, you can see all that information, website, and phone number about our local sponsor, Brookline Proven, in the bottom center of your screen, as well as in the description section down below. And also down below in the description section of this video, you can find links related to our local charity spotlight for today, Brookline Cares. Brookline Cares is a volunteer organization run by BHS students, which seeks to raise awareness and funds to help people experiencing homelessness. Brookline Cares works closely with an organization called the Empowerment Plan. The Empowerment Plan hires and trains those experiencing homelessness to manufacture their special type of coat, known as the Empower Coat, which can double as a sleeping bag. The coats help to keep those struggling with homelessness warm during the colder months of the year, while the jobs manufacturing those coats can help break the cycle of homelessness through gainful employment. What Brookline Cares does is they purchase those Empower Coats from the Empowerment Plan, financially supporting the Empowerment Plan and all that they do, and then they distribute those coats to local community organizations and emergency departments that care for the homeless, making sure that those coats go to those who need them. And you can help them bring more warmth to those in need. Down in the description section of this video, you can find a link on the website classy.org, where you can donate money to the Brookline Cares team, supporting their efforts to purchase more Empower Coats. Or if you're a student interested in joining Brookline Cares, you can find another link in the description section, this time to the organization's own website on wixsite.com, where you can find out more about the group and how you can contact them. Once again, check out the links in the description section below and help spread the warmth this winter with Brookline Cares. And once again, all that in the description section down below. Well, we're getting this one off to a bit of a late start. Brookline, I guess, hit some bad traffic on the way over, or something. Something resulted in them arriving late here. And so while this match was scheduled to start at 4, we're going to be starting a little bit closer to 4:40, maybe quarter of. And we'll have the JV match between these two teams coming up right after this one. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. It's an exciting headline match to return to the court for Brookline after a 2-week break due to the spring break week. This is their first match since they defeated Weymouth 3-0 on April 16th. And for me, it's been even longer because I wasn't able to cover the Weymouth match, so this is my first match covering Brookline Volleyball in over 2 weeks. And I couldn't be more excited. I hope you guys are excited tuning in. It's going to be a heavyweight bout here between Brookline and Needham. All right, the starting lineups coming out onto the floor for the first set of this best-of-5 match. For Brookline, a starting lineup of Amir Tomer, Zach Spencer, Alex Smagula, Liam Raybold, Kais Alfakuri, and libero Jacob Lamb. For Needham, amongst their starters, I see number 22, Matt Clunan. I saw number 33, Frederick Goodman. I see the libero, number 1, Tyler Goldberg. Number 9, Logan Liu. Number 16, Luke Vivaldi. And one last one, I'm having a little trouble seeing the jersey number of, looks like number 15, Max Cooper. So here we go. Logan Liu starting us off with the serve. Received by Alfakuri, set by Smagula. Out of the middle, it's Spencer. Deflected and taken there by Cooper. Bumped up by Goldberg. Tapped down by Clunan. Deflected. Barely kept alive by Lamb. Pushed over by Alfakuri. Taken by Clunan. Set by Vivaldi. And a spike from Clunan. Deflected and gets through for the kill. Matt Clunan, who had 9 kills and 1 ace for Needham in the state finals last year, picks up his first kill. Luke Vivaldi, his first assist. Logan Liu back on serve, received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Tomer, roll shot, Goes off the fingertips, could not be dug out. Some nasty spin on that shot from Amir Tomer for his first kill of the day. Alex Smagula, the Brookline program record holder for career assists, picks up his first of this match. Serve received there by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi to the right. Spike from Goodman goes through. First kill of the day from the sophomore Frederick Goodman as Vivaldi picks up his second assist. Goodman, I believe, in his first varsity season as Goldberg sends over the serve, taken by Alpha Khoury, chased down awkwardly by Smagula, and Tomer missed on his swing there. A free point to Needham off the rough service received from Brookline. The Rockets with the early lead here in set number 1. Goldberg the serve, received by Alpha Khoury, set by Smagula to the right. Tomer fires cross court, and that is going to be another kill for Amir Tomer. Second kill for Tomer. Second assist for Smagula. Serve from Tomer, received by Alou. Battle at the net, deflected and then whiffed. That one missed at the net by Thomas Klein. Amir Tomer recently cracked the 100 career aces mark, and even before that broke the Brookline program record for career aces. This serve dug out by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi, tapped by Clunan, blocked, and Clunan could not keep it alive. That one, I believe, was blocked by Liam Raybould. I think it was a solo block for Raybould. There might have been assisted, but I'm going to give him a solo block for now. Tomer, the serve, sails long. All knotted up at 4 apiece. Some subs coming in. Liam Raybould had a whopping 4 blocks in the state finals against Needham last year to go along with 5 kills, 1 ace, and 3 assists. All tied up at 4. Now it's Landon Liu sending over the serve, received awkwardly by Lamb, bumped up by Raybould. Tap over from Alpha Khoury, taken by Landon Liu, set by Vivaldi. Spike is blocked. Kais Alpha Khoury with a thunderous rejection that time. Great follow-up off the light tap over. Alpha Khoury with his 8th block of the season. Brookline back in the driver's seat as Jacob Lamb sets up to go on serve. Serve taken by Landon Liu, set by Vivaldi. Clunan flies, blocked. Recovered by Liu, set by Vivaldi. Spike fired through by Klein for the kill. Thomas Klein had 4 kills and 1 block in last year's state final against Brookline. He's got his first kill of this match to knot us up at 5 apiece. Luke Vivaldi, the secondary setter for Needham last year, now the primary setter. He had 12 assists against Brookline in the finals last year. He's got 3 so far today. Serve from Clunan, drops on the back line. A bad watch there from Tomer. He thought it was going to go long, but it did not. Drops in perfectly for an ace for Matt Clunan. First service ace from either side. These are 2 programs that are very good at the fundamentals, serve receive being chief among them. This serve taken by Tomer, set to the right by Smagula. Spike Raybould is blocked. Raybould recovers off the net court, bumped up awkwardly, and oh! Bit of an awkward kill there for Luca Gallucci. You know what? A point is a point. And that I'll call that a kill for Luca Gallucci and an assist for Liam Raybould. Serve from Raybould, received by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Klein kept alive. Oh, but Brookline couldn't get it over on 3. Powerful shot from Klein. I think even though it was touched 3 times, we could be a little generous and give a second kill to Thomas Klein 4th assist to Luke Vivaldi. Needham up 7-6. Sub checking in for the Rockets, number 4, Ethan Lee. Lee was a JV player last year, now in the rotation for the varsity team this season. Serve, drops on the back line. Off the bench, immediately delivering with an ace. Brookline getting fooled on these deep serves early, as they've let a couple go, thinking they were going to go long, but they dropped in perfectly. This serve from Lee, taken by Lamb, set by Smagula, missed, but Lamb barely gets it over. Taken by Lee, set by Vivaldi. This spike off the fingertips for the kill. First kill of the day for number 5, Will Rosman. Rosman had 11 kills and 1 block in the finals last year. He's got his first kill today. Luke Vivaldi with 5 assists. Needham now up by 3. Serve, just long. Boy, that one was close. Lamb barely pulled his hands away, and the ball just barely went long. A gutsy watch from the Brookline libero, but it pays off. Kais Alpha-Kuri now on serve for Brookline. The serve received by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. This spike well placed by Max Cooper for his first kill. Cooper read the defense perfectly that time and put it where they weren't, going to his left with that hit. Vivaldi on serve. Received by Tomer, set by Smagula. Galucci fires. Was it deflected? No! Brookline thought it was deflected, but they say no. And so Needham gets the point on that one. A very high trajectory. I can definitely understand why Brookline would think that one was deflected, but it's the officials' call to make, and they say it wasn't deflected. That serve from Vivaldi sails long as Brookline picks up a free point themselves. Luca Galucci now going on serve for Brookline. This serve taken by Clunan off the ceiling, bumped up by Vivaldi. Tap over from Rosman. Diving pancake dig, and it's kept alive by Alpha-Kuri, tapped over by Raybold. Vivaldi bumps it up for Rosman, deflects off the hands, and that time he gets it. A deft touch from Will Rosman on both hits that time. Opting not to go for power, but instead for control, and went to throw off the timing of Brookline's blockers. Works out on the second effort for his second kill. This serve received awkwardly by Alpha-Kuri, and that'll be another ace for Needham. And Brookline is going to call timeout. Logan Liu picking up that ace there. Needham coming out strong on this one. And, you know, one of the things that's been interesting to watch about this Needham team over the past couple of years is they're not a team that has a lot of power or size, but their fundamentals defensively and in terms of the finesse plays they make on their attacks, their serving consistency, that's what keeps them in the game. You know, they may not have the same kind of blocking prowess that you might see from some of the other top-notch teams like a Natick or something, but their ability to stay in points and to get the clever points rather than the power point, it's truly unmatched. Logan Liu, the serve, taken by Alpha-Kuri, set by Smagula, bumped over by Tomer, taken by Vivaldi, set by Goldberg. Clunan the spike, goes off the hands for another kill. First assist of the day for the libero, Tyler Goldberg. as Matt Clunan picks up his second kill. (14-8). Needham in control here. Logan Liu the serve, taken by Lamb, set by Smagula to Tomer. Shot deflected, taken by Liu, set by Vivaldi. Clunan fires and threads the needle. Again, off the back fadeaway jump there. Clunan places that one perfectly between the defenders for his third kill. Vivaldi his 8th assist. Logan Liu misses that serve into the net. Brookline gonna need to mount a comeback here. They want to get back in this one. Alex Smagula on serve. Taken by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi. Pushed over by Goodman. Taken by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Raybold fires long. Too far, no deflection. Brookline definitely looking rusty on their attack so far. Their first match in 14 days, and their first match against a marquee opponent in even longer. 16-9, the Needham lead. Liu's serve goes wide. A smart watch from Raybold as he just kept backing off that one. Alpha Corey subs back in for Brookline as Amir Tomer goes on serve. This one dug out by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clune in the spike, sails long, no deflection this time. Brookline maybe being a little more wary of the deflection strategy Needham's been going for with a lot of their spikes so far. Tomer's serve taken by Logan Liu, set by Vivaldi. Goodman's spike dug out by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alpha Curry the spike cross court, off the ceiling and off the wall for a kill. Kais Alpha Curry with Brookline's first kill in a little bit as a timeout is called here. Alpha Curry his 49th kill of the season. For Smagula, his third assist of the day. That's assist number 241 of the season. In last year's finals, Kais Alpha Curry had 0 kills for Brookline as they relied more on then senior captain Connor Christopher, as well as Amir Tomer, and of course the kills record holder Kristaps Vaivars. Those three leading the attack in that one. Alex Smagula, he had 46 assists to go with 3 blocks and 3 kills in that thrilling 4-set state final against Needham last year. Vaivars led the team by a wide margin with 26 kills, while Amir Tomer was second on the team in kills with just 10 to go with 2 blocks. Connor Christopher himself had 9 kills. Tomer now the primary hitter for Brookline as he sends this serve too far. And Needham gets to go back on serve out of the timeout. I mentioned the serving consistency before. It is so critical to keep getting your serves in, and for Brookline even more critical as they trail by a significant margin by 5 points. Landon Liu, the serve taken by Alpha Curry, chased down barely by Smagula and bumped over by Alpha Curry. Taken by Liu, set by Vivaldi, spike deflected, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula, back to Tomer, threads the needle on the shot from the back for the kill. Third kill for Amir Tomer. Good work there, both defensively and offensively, receiving the hit and delivering the kill. Serve from Lamb, taken by Liu, set by Vivaldi. Klein taps it over, diving dig by Lamb, bumped up by Smagula, pushed over by Tomer. taken there by Logan Lou, set by Vivaldi, sent down, kept alive. Oh, they got it over. Oh my goodness, the rally continues. Vivaldi to Clunin, gets it through. Oh, what a diving dig by Smagula. Raybold and Alpha Corey bumps it over. Taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Klein the spike, and Klein gets it through. Boy, amazing efforts defensively from Brookline to stay in that point for as long as they did. But ultimately, it's Thomas Klein picking up his 3rd kill of the match. Vivaldi his 9th assist. Needham back up by 5. Clune in the serve, taken by Alpha Kuri, set by Smagula. Raybold missed, but recovered off the block. Bumped up by Gallucci, bumped over awkwardly. They're just trading it back and forth in the net. Now Vivaldi passes to Rosman. Diving dig by Smagula. Oh, they say he didn't get it. And a timeout called by Brookline as Will Rosman picks up his 3rd kill. Vivaldi his 10th assist. Like I said, Needham's really been going more for the finesse, well-controlled hits as opposed to power shots to get through Brookline's blockers. They're more just throwing them off their rhythm. And Brookline has been struggling to contain that. They've been struggling to anticipate where the shots are coming and cover those spots. And by that same token, Brookline's been struggling, particularly on the service receive. Not a lot of ideal receives, you know, not too many bad ones, but not many ideal ones that put Smagula in an ideal spot to make the exact pass he wants to set up the exact hit that they want. We're seeing a lot of less than perfect sequences for Brookline, and it's all got to start with the service receive. Clunin serve, taken by Alpha Kuri, set by Smagula. Alpha Kuri the spike, no deflection, missed it long. And Needham reaches the 20-point threshold first. Needham firmly in control of this first set, up by 7 now. And they're just 5 points away from taking this first frame. Clunin misses that serve into the net. And, you know, even if Brookline doesn't manage to come all the way back in this first set, they've got to find their rhythm. They got to find their spark as Raybold fires a serve too far and gives Needham a free point. Again, serve consistency and good service receive is everything. It's the starting point, and it's been Brookline's pretty much weakest point in this first set. They've got to get that under control. Ethan Lee, the serve, taken awkwardly by Raybold, bumped up by Smagula, and Alpha Kuri is blocked. Brookline somehow keeps it alive, and Gallucci pushes it over. From Lee to Vivaldi, a tap over from Rosman is blocked. Recovered there by Lee, bumped up, and Rosman fires, blocked again. Recovered by Lee, set by Vivaldi. Spike gets through. Oh, but Brookline keeps it alive, and Gallucci bumps it over. Vivaldi sets to Rosman, spike deflected, and cannot be followed up. Rosman with his 4th kill. Vivaldi his 11th assist. Again, Brookline showing great hustle on defense, but not able to keep it alive long enough to get back on the attack. Lee's serve taken by Lamb, set by Smagula from the back. Tomer with a power shot, hand to hardwood. The most powerful kill we've seen from either side so far, I would say, as Tomer picks up his 4th kill. But Brookline trailing by 7 here. Alpha Kuri the serve, taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike deflected, pancake dig by Raybold, but they could not follow it up. I think we can give Rosman the kill on that one, his 5th. Vivaldi his 12th assist. Needham just 2 points away. Vivaldi now on serve. This serve into the net. You know, you can always tell how an offense is doing by looking at the assist numbers for the primary setter. 12 assists for Luke Vivaldi for Needham, just 5 assists for Alex Magula for Brookline. Gallucci's serve sails long again as the serving woes continue for Brookline, and Needham now has set point. Logan Liu serving for the set for the Rockets. Received by Lamb, chased down by Smagula. Raybold fires. Wait, they call an illegal hit of some kind on Brookline, and that gives Brookline, or that gives Needham the first set. Needham takes the first set in kind of a surprisingly dominant fashion, 25-16. Brookline's going to need to find something in the second set that they just did not have in the first, because Needham was in control for pretty much all of that first set. During this break between sets, I remind you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS Sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything from remodels to handyman honeydew lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. And again, all that information down in the bottom center of your screen, as well as in the description section down below. All right, we now get ready for set number 2. Needham leading this one 1-0. And again, for Brookline, it's all got to start from the very beginning of the points. Serve consistency has to be much better. The service receive has to be way better. They've got to put themselves in a better position to get a clean sequence at the start of a point. And they just haven't been doing that. Now, of course, this match far from over. Needham did take the first set of the state finals, and Brookline was able to battle their way back and win the next 3 en route to the championship. But that first set they lost in the state finals was a 25-20 win for Needham. This was 25-16. Alex Magula serving to start, taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi to the right. Goodman pushes and gets the push kill to start us off. Frederick Goodman, the sophomore, with his second kill of the day. Luke Vivaldi, his 13th helper. Tyler Goldberg on serve. Received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Tomer fires, taken by Logan Liu, but could not be followed up. Bit of an awkward follow-up from Needham as Tomer picks up his 5th kill. Smagula his 6th assist. This serve from Tomer into the net. Again, it feels like Brookline trying to go for these powerful serves that are kind of backfiring on them. Landon Liu on serve for Needham. Received by Lamb, set by Tomer, barely sent over by Raybold, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. That one blocked, but kept alive by Needham. Battle at the net is won by Brookline, but Needham keeping it alive, but not getting it over on 3. Bit of a clumsy point there, and I didn't even see who that was in the front. Maybe Raybold and Spencer. Might go back and check that later. Lamb the serve, taken by Liu. Sent on 2, blocked. A battle at the net, and it is a point to Brookline there. Kaisal Fakuri getting, I think, a block or maybe a kill. I think he touched that one first. I think I might give him a kill on that. And a service ace for Brookline. Much needed there. Great serve from Jacob Lamb. Now this serve taken by Goldberg off the ceiling, and it's back-to-back aces for the libero, Jacob Lamb. With 2 assists today, Lamb now has 7 on the season. Lamb, of course, one of the unsung heroes of that state championship game last year, subbing in for Andrew Bacon partway through the match and playing good defense throughout, but he misses that serve there. Matt Clunin on serve for Needham. Brookline up by 2 here in set number 2. Serve taken by Tomer, set by Smagula, looking for Alpha Corey, but that pass a little too close to the net, and Alpha Corey lost sight of where he was and touches the net. Easy violation call there. This serve is an ace. Matt Clunin with his 2nd ace of the match so far as Needham ties it up at 5. This serve off the fingertips of Alpha Corey, followed up off the ceiling by Smagula. Tap over Alpha Corey, taken by Landon Liu, set by Vivaldi, and the attempted push from Klein sails long, and Brookline gets the point. Raybold now on serve, his team leading by 1. The serve received by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Rosman, tap over, dug out by Raybold, set by Smagula from the back. Tomer goes for the tap, taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman fires, and gets through for the kill. 6 kills now for Will Rosman. And 14 assists for Vivaldi. Vivaldi already with more assists than he had in the entirety of the state finals. Of course, taking on a heavier passing load following the graduation of Nathaniel Ross from last year's roster. Off the net court, somehow dug out by Smigula, somehow kept alive by Raybold and bumped over by Lamb. Taken by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Rosman, spike sails long. A miraculous effort from Smigula and Raybold. Raybold jumping near the bleachers here in Needham to keep that ball alive on the second hit and kept Brookline in the point long enough for Needham to make a mistake. Serve Alpha Khoury. Taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. This spike dug out by Lamb, sent on 2 by Gallucci, dug out by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman, dug out by Lamb, set by Alpha Khoury. Tomer fires, dug out by Clunan off the ceiling, followed up by Vivaldi. Rosman whiffs. We're starting to get some real thrilling rallies here in Needham. The team's starting to lock in on defense and keep these points going. Alpha Khoury serve, taken by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Rosman, the spike, missed it again. Third straight missed spike for Will Rosman as a timeout is called by Needham. Rosman has been one of the biggest offensive bright spots for Needham so far today with a team-high 6 kills. But a few bad misses in a row, that time for the Needham senior. And Brookline now a 3-point advantage as Needham calls timeout. And honestly, I think that's good timing on the timeout from Needham coach Dave Powell, as Brookline was starting to build some momentum after a few of their, more defensive points really paid off. Because they were getting a lot of defensive hustle plays in that first set, but Needham wasn't letting them pay off. They were coming through on their follow-up attacks, but this time just missing on a couple. And now Brookline creating a bit of separation. But still not the biggest lead, just 3 points. And out of the timeout, we'll see how they respond. Alpha Khoury back on serve for Brookline. Serve received there by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman tap over, dug out by Raybold. Sent on 2 by Smigula. Pancake dig by Goldberg, set up for Rosman, and Rosman got the kill. Needham saying we can get some defensive hustle kills too, as Tyler Goldberg, the libero, with the pancake dig that time to keep the point alive. Smigula sets for Tomer, and he fires a laser for the kill. Six kills now for Tomer, but just 7 assists for Smigula. Just 3 kills that haven't been made by Tomer. As this spike dug out by Raybold, tapped over on 2 by Tomer, taken by Clunan off the ceiling. It's Vivaldi, spike by Rosman, gets through for another kill. Rosman firmly back in his rhythm after a string of bad misses, as he now picks up his 8th kill of the match. Vivaldi his 15th assist. Serve from Logan Liu, taken by Alpha Khoury, set by Smigula. Tomer spike blocked, kept alive barely by Alpha Khoury, and Raybold bumped over by Lamb. Taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunan the spike, drops it on the sideline for the kill. 4th kill of the day for Matt Clunan, as Needham staying right on Brookline's heels. They now trail by just 1. Liu the serve, and it sails long. Brookline back to their first server, Alex Smigula. This serve taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi to the right. Spike gets through from Goodman. Third kill of the day for Frederick Goodman. You know, Smigula's slow spinning serves, they can sometimes throw off the service receive, but Needham has been responding very well to them, not letting Smigula get more than one serve. Smigula now sets for Raybold. That shot deflected as Raybold picks up the kill. Raybold definitely somebody that Brookline wants to get more involved as he picks up his first kill of the day. Raybold second on the team in kills this season with 67 coming into this match. Serve from Tomer off the net cord, taken by Lou, bumped up by Vivaldi. Clunan, tap over, taken awkwardly by Smigula, bumped up by Lamb, tap over by Alpha Khoury, taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi, back to Goodman, Spike could not be dug out. Fourth kill for Goodman, 18th assist for Vivaldi. 12-11 the score. Landon Liu comes in to serve as Needham going for the tie. Missed it into the net. Now on serve for Brookline, Jacob Lamb. He had 2 service aces earlier in this set. Brookline could sure use some strong serving from him. Serve taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunan flies blocked. Recovered there by Logan Liu, set by Vivaldi. Clunan tap over, taken by Smigula, set by Lamb. From the back, Tomer fires and threads the needle for another kill. Amir Tomer really putting the Brookline offense on his back with his 7th kill of the day so far. First assist for Jacob Lamb. This serve received, set awkwardly, and tapped down by Raybold, but Needham staying in the point. They get it over. Taken by Tomer, set by Smigula. To the right, Raybold fires, blocked, recovered by Tomer. Smigula sets over to Alpha Khoury. Spike went off the pole. Brookline seemed to be in control of that point all the way up until they missed. 14-12. Serve Clunan, taken by Tomer, set by Smigula. And did Alpha Khoury actually get that one down without touching the net? Oh my God, he did! How? How on earth did Alpha Khoury stretch and contort his body enough to get that hit down without touching the net or crossing the half-court line? Alpha Khoury with a feat of aerodynamics there to pick up his 3rd kill of the day. Raybold, the serve, sails long. Kais Alpha Khoury has surpassed 50 kills on the season, as he's got 3 so far today. Lee the serve, taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Gallucci fires. Luca Gallucci getting involved there with the kill. 2nd kill of the day for Luca Gallucci. Smigula his 10th assist. 16-13 the Brookline lead. Alpha Khoury the serve. Received, set by Vivaldi. Rosman pushes it off the blocker's hands for the kill. Again, Rosman with the finesse on his hits. Saw the blockers were covering the cross-court look and sent it off the side of their hands to a spot where it couldn't be recovered. Serve taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Awkwardly sent over by Vivaldi, taken by Goodman. Set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike deflected, kept alive by Alfakuri. Sent back and forth on one, taken by Smagula. Set by Lamb. Tomer, roll shot to the back. Just a bit too far. We haven't seen Brookline go for a ton of those backline roll shots this match so far. But that one just missed from Tomer. Vivaldi's serve. Bad watch from Brookline as that's in for an ace. And a timeout called by Brookline. Brookline definitely looking better in this second set than they did in the first, but Needham not backing down from the challenge, staying even with Brookline so far. In the live chat, we got the family Raybold saying, "Let's go Brookline." Liam's dad and sister are watching from Naples, Italy. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, Clan Raybold. I appreciate you. And I hope you're enjoying the match so far. It's been a thriller. But it's been a real challenge for Brookline. They are going to need some people to step up as we're heading towards crunch time here in set number 2, all knotted up at 16 apiece. Serve from Vivaldi, taken by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Tomer flies and gets it through the blockers for the kill. They could only send it back underneath the net as Tomer picks up his 8th kill of the match so far. Smagula his 11th assist. On serve now is Jed O'Donnell. Taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman blocked. Zach Spencer and Alex Smagula on the coverage there for the assisted block. Now this serve, set by Vivaldi. Spike blocked again. Zach Spencer, the solo block this time. Back-to-back rejections from the Brookline senior, and a timeout is called. Now that is the exact kind of momentum setter that Brookline needed. They haven't been able to defend Needham's swings all that well at the net so far this match, but a couple of big ones there. Zach Spencer first with the block assist along with Alex Smagula, and then the solo block as he quickly picks up 2 blocks. He came into this match with 17 blocks on the season, now up to 19. And how about Jed O'Donnell, who did not play in the first set, coming off the bench here to bring some serving consistency. This serve received by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike dug out by Raybold, and Smagula tried to send it over on 2. It goes off the pole, and Smagula knocks the official's ladder off of its spot there. Boy, that was almost a little scary. You could see the official kind of holding on for dear life there. Serve from Liu off the net court, dug out by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Tomer flies, but he sends it off the pole. Brookline having some trouble with that pole as Needham getting back in this one. They're back within 1. Served by Liu off the fingertips of Alfakuri. Lamb bumps it over to Tomer, who pushes it to the back, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunan the spike, deflected, could not be followed up. Clunin ties it up as Brookline calls timeout. 5 kills so far for Matt Clunin as Luke Vivaldi records his 20th assist. It's a thrilling one out here in Needham. And if you know of any Brookline fans that aren't tuning in to this one and should be tuning in, you better send them this stream link, because we've got a heavyweight bout going on here between Brookline and Needham. Brookline came out a little rusty in that first set and lost it 25-16. But now in a tight one here, all knotted up at 19 apiece. Out of the timeout, Logan Liu back on serve for Needham. Serve received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Tomer flies and delivers for the kill. And just like I said before, it all starts with service receive. Great receive by Lamb, puts Smagula in the right spot for the right pass, for the right hit by Amir Tomer. This serve from Smagula, received by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. This spike dug out by Alpha Khoury, bumped up by Spencer, pushed over by Smagula, taken awkwardly by Goodman, bumped up by Vivaldi. Clunin blocked, dug out by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunin sends it down the line, missed it wide. 2 big, hard-fought points for Brookline, as they're now up 21-19, trying to finish strong here. Smagula's serve, taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi, tap over, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Tomer, tap over, taken by Vivaldi, set by Goldberg. Clunin, spike, dug out by Lamb, set by Alpha Khoury to Tomer, and he delivers. Even with the less than ideal second hitter, a nice pass from Kais Alpha Khoury for his first assist, as Amir Tomer comes through with a nice hit for his 10th kill of the day. 6th assist of the season for Kais Alpha Khoury. Smagula the serve, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunin the spike, blocked! Raybold and Spencer on the coverage that time, as Brookline finding the energy here in the closing stretch of this set. Serve coming, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunin tap, gets through. Needham not backing down, as Clunin picks up another kill, his 6th, 21st assist for Luke Vivaldi. 23-20 the score. Serve from Goldberg, received by Lamb, set by Smagula, going to Tomer, roll shot, dug out, kept alive by Goldberg and Liu, bumped over by Vivaldi, taken by Alpha Khoury, set by Smagula, going to Raybold, tap over, they couldn't dig it out. Great touch by Liam Raybold. Raybold with just his 2nd kill of the match so far. Brookline now at set point. Tomer serving for the set. Taken by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi. Goodman push, taken awkwardly, and it's not going to be followed up. Needham not backing down as Goodman picks up his 5th kill of the match. Vivaldi his 22nd assist. Landon Liu serving for Needham. Still set point for Brookline. Taken by Alpha Khoury, bumped up by Smagula. Alpha Khoury tap blocked, recovered by Spencer, set by Smagula, and Alpha Khoury tried to send it off the blocker's hands, but he missed. Couldn't get that one over, and Needham's still fighting. Brookline still needs just one more point to take the set, but Needham's closing in. Serve into the net, and Brookline can breathe a sigh of relief as they take set number 2, 25-22. All evened up at 1 set apiece, and we'll have a very big, pivotal third set coming up next. But first, I remind you, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything, from remodels to handyman honey-do lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. All that information on Brookline Proven down in the description section down below, as well as in the bottom center of your screen. All right, here we go. Third set of the match. Brookline and Needham tied up at 1 set apiece. Whoever wins this third set will find themselves 1 set away from victory. The other will find themselves 1 set away from defeat. So a very pivotal point here. Logan Liu will get us started serving for Needham. Serve taken by Alpha Khoury, set by Smigula. Raybold fires right through the defenders for the kill. Raybold's been relatively quiet on his hits so far in this match, but if they can get him going, that could be a huge difference maker for Brookline. Raybold with his 3rd kill of the match so far. Smigula his 14th assist. This serve taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Spike blocked, but recovered, sent over on 1. Taken by Raybold, set by Smigula. Spencer fires straight down. Zach Spencer, another guy getting involved with his 1st kill of the match. Smigula his 15th assist. This serve from Smigula taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Clunin spike blocked wide. Matt Clunin picking up another kill. That's his 7th. 23 assists for Vivaldi. Goldberg the serve, received by Tomer, set by Smigula. Raybold sends over an awkward roll. Shot taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunin spike finds the back line for the kill. 8th kill for Clunin, 24th assist for Vivaldi. And yeah, that pass from Smigula to Rabel just seemed to be kind of off the mark. Very awkward hit for Brookline there. Goldberg's serve drops on the back line. They've been loving those back line serves as Goldberg picks up his first ace of the day. This serve taken by Tomer, set by Smigula. Spike Rabel deflected, kept alive by Liu, set by Goldberg. Clunin pushes towards the back, chased down by Alpha Corey, set by Smigula. Over to Rabel, tap, deflected, dug out by Vivaldi. Oh, but I think someone overstepped the half-court line for Needham, and that's going to tie it up. Much better on the pass from Smigula to Rabel from a strange angle. Got Rabel in position to send that one over well. Tomer's serve taken by Liu, set by Vivaldi a bit awkwardly. Tap over by Klein, taken by Alpha Corey, set to the right by Smigula. Tap over by Rabel. Liam Rabel getting more and more involved here for Brookline as he picks up his 4th kill. Good adjustment on a slightly awkward pass, but Smigula still picks up his 16th assist. Serve from Tomer sails just long. All knotted up at 4 apiece. Landon Liu now on serve for the Rockets. Off the fingertips of Alpha Corey, chased down by Tomer to keep it alive, bumped over by Rabel. No! Hits the ceiling. I mean, even if that divider wasn't there, it probably would have hit the top of the ceiling and still been an illegal hit. But a tough one there for Brookline on the serve receive. This one received by Lamb, set by Smigula, tapped down by Zach Spencer. Great hang time from Spencer and great touch from the left hand to put it where the defenders weren't. All started with a nice serve receive by Jacob Lamb and then a good pass from Smigula for his 17th assist. 2nd kill of the day for Zach Spencer. Serve from Lamb sails long, and Brookline can't get into a habit of missing their serves. They're going to need their serve consistency if they want to keep up with Needham. Clunin now on serve for the Rockets. This one off the fingertips of Alpha Corey, kept alive by Tomer, bumped over by Alpha Corey. Taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Rosman missed it into the net. Brookline very lucky after a rough service received there that they managed to come away with that point. Alpha Corey's had a little bit of trouble with serves going off his fingertips today. Got to make the adjustment, do a little better on the defensive side. Vivaldi sets up for Klein, who comes through with the kill. 4th kill for Thomas Klein. Vivaldi, 25 assists. Klein now on serve, received by Lamb, battle at the net, won by Smigula, but kept alive by Rosman. Followed up by Liu, and a whiff on the 3rd touch as I think there was a little bit too much traffic there between Rosman and Max Cooper. A weird point to be sure, but it does go to Brookline as they tie it up at 7. Serve Alpha Corey, taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike, and it could not be followed up after the desperate dig there. 10th kill of the day for Will Rosman. 26th assist for Luke Vivaldi. And Vivaldi will now go on serve. This one dug out by Alpha Corey, set by Rabel. And they call an illegal carry hit there on Raybold. Sometimes that happens when you're left with someone who's not your setter getting that second touch. Alpha Khoury now going to sub out for number 15, Christoph Huang. Brookline hoping to strengthen their first touch on the service receive. This serve taken by Huang, set by Smigula. Spike Tomer, missed it just long. A nice idea from Tomer sending it to the back, but just a little bit too far. Not enough topspin on it. Vivaldi's serve taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Raybold fires, gets it through for the kill. Raybold, his 5th kill of the match so far. Smigula, assist number 18. Jed O'Donnell subbing in to go on serve for the Warriors. And Brookline was out of rotation. I think they're saying that Raybold needed to be to the left of O'Donnell on that serve there. So O'Donnell going to sub out as they, I believe, bring either Huang or Lamb back in. Serve from Logan Liu, taken by Huang, set by Smigula. Tap over by Spencer, taken by Liu, set by Vivaldi. Clune in the spike is blocked wide. A little too much spin on the block there as Clunan picks up another kill, his 9th, and a timeout called by Brookline. Brookline starting to find themselves in some trouble again here in set number 3, currently trailing by 4. We got a note from Mark and Lynn Forgus in the in email, actually, saying thank you and welcome back. Thank you so much, Mark and Lynn. I hope you guys have been enjoying the broadcast so far. It's been an intense match for Brookline. Easily already one of the toughest they've had this season. Right up there with the Wayland and Natick matches, although, you know, it's going to remain to be seen how the rest of it plays out, but the Warriors in danger of falling behind 2-1 if they don't get back in this one soon. They trail by 4. Liu, the serve off the net court, taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Raybold fires, blocked. Recovered awkwardly by Smigula, set by Lamb. Tomer pushes, taken by Vivaldi, set by Liu. Close to the net, tapped down by Brookline, dug out by Goldberg, followed up by Vivaldi, bumped over by Clunan. Taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Tomer, tap over! Oh, great read by Amir Tomer in midair to change from the swing to the tap and put it to the uncovered spot for his 11th kill. 19th assist for Smigula. Serve taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunan pushes off the fingers. Brookline trying to call for a carry hit, but they're not getting it. But it will be a kill for Clunan there. His 10th. This serve taken by Tomer, set by Smigula. Tomer fires out of the middle for another kill. The team's starting to trade blows back and forth, but Brookline not really in a position to trade as they trail by 3. On serve now, Tomer, dug out by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike blocked! It's Spencer and Raybold together on the assisted kill once again. 3rd block for Raybold, 4th for Spencer. This serve taken, Set by Vivaldi. Clunin, the spike deflected and taken by Tomer. Set by Smigula. Alpha Curry spike gets through for the kill. And a timeout called by Needham as Brookline's starting to build some momentum. I'll tell you, Kais Alpha Curry, he's a hitter that likes to go for the finesse shots more often than not. But he went to wind and fire on that one, and it worked out perfectly for his 4th kill. Smigula picking up his 21st assist. You know, we talked in the first set about how you can look at the assist numbers and see how well a team's offense is executing based on those assist numbers. And at the time, it was a 12-5 lead by Vivaldi over Smigula. That 7-assist difference has remained largely the same since then. Vivaldi's still with 7 assists more than Smigula, but that just says the offenses have been executing pretty evenly since back when I mentioned that in the first set. Brookline with 3 unanswered points. They are within 1. Tomer on serve. Missed it into the net. Tried to go for more of a top spin serve, and it backfired on him there. Landon Liu checking in to go on serve for Needham. This serve into the net. Brookline gets a lucky break and goes right back on serve to try and tie it up. Jacob Lamb on serve as Luca Gallucci checks back in to go on the front line. This serve sails long. 3 service errors in a row between these two teams, as it'll now be Clunin on serve for Needham. This serve taken awkwardly by Tomer, and that's going to go for an ace. 3rd ace of the day for Matt Clunin as Brookline calls timeout again. And you know one of the big talking points is going to be the service receive, because that's been a problem for Brookline to one degree or another all match long. (16-13). Needham leads Brookline coming out of the timeout. Brookline had gotten within 1, but could not fully close the gap. Clunin back on serve. Dug out by Alpha Curry, set by Smigula. Gallucci fires, deflected, taken by Liu. Set by Vivaldi, spike Rosman, dug out by, I think, Lamb, set by Smigula. Tomer fires from the back, dug out by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi, Rosman pushes to the back, taken by Smigula. Set by Lamb, Tomer from the back again, dug out by Goldberg. Taken by Rosman, pushed by Vivaldi, deflected, and they couldn't follow it up. A thrilling rally there, and for Brookline, the blocking backfires there as they weren't able to follow up that one. First kill of the day for Luke Vivaldi, first assist for Will Rosman. Needham now up by 4. Serve received by Alfakuri. Set by Smigula. Tomer roll shot dug out by Landon Liu. Set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman could not be dug out. 2 big points for Needham out of the timeout as they create some bigger separation here as we enter the later stages of this third set. 18-13, the Rockets lead. Clunan serve into the net. If Brookline is going to find some momentum for a comeback, they've got to do it now, trailing by 4. Raybold serve, taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Spike Klein is blocked, recovered by Goldberg. No follow-up. Not quite sure who was on the coverage that time. Solid block there. Raybold serve, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman sends it through for another kill. Rosman really got Brookline thinking about those finesse hits he was doing early in the match. And now he's taking advantage of that by working in his fastball, so to speak. 12 kills for Rosman as Klein now on serve, received by Alfakuri, set by Smigula. Alfakuri fires, gets the cross-court kill. And I'll tell you what else, Kais Alfakuri has been looking much, much better on the service receive. You can tell Needham's kind of been targeting him, but he's been coming through with a lot of good service receives these past few points. Picks up his 5th kill there. Now on serve, taken by Landon Liu, set by Vivaldi. Rosman pushes, misses wide. Brookline starting to close the gap here. A big point coming up. Needham could either reach the 20-point threshold up 3, or Brookline could cut the lead down to 1. Serve taken by Liu, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike, deflected, dug out by Alfakuri. Set by Smigula. Tomer, spike blocked, recovered by Tomer. Bumped up by Gallucci desperately. Bumped over by Raybold. Taken by Goldberg. Vivaldi the set. Over to Rosman. Tap over. Missed it wide. A timeout called by Needham. It was a good read by Rosman going for the tap over. He just missed it to his left. A 1-point set here in set number 3 with a chance to go up in the match on the line here. 19-18 the score. And again, the night and day difference for Brookline between set number 1 and sets 2 and 3 has been how much better they've been at receiving serves, putting themselves in a proper sequence, digging out spikes, and allowing them to not just like scrap their way into getting the ball over, but to actually set up their hitters for some proper hits. A pivotal point coming up here out of the timeout. 19-18 the score. Alfakuri on serve. Received by Rosman. Sent on 2 by Vivaldi. A big sneak attack from the Needham setter. Second kill for Vivaldi. Second assist for Rosman. 20-18. Vivaldi the serve, received a bit awkwardly, sent on 1, spiked back on 1 by Rosman. And the struggles with the service receive rear their ugly head at the worst possible time for Brookline as Needham now goes up by 3. They're just 4 points away from taking this third set. Serve received awkwardly again. An ace for Vivaldi And Brookline getting caught in traffic there. Huang and Lamb getting a little too close and not properly calling for it. Needham now up 4. Serve received by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Tomer fires. Dug out by Goldberg. Followed up by Vivaldi. Bumped over by Goodman. Taken by Tomer. Set by Smagula. Lucci taps it over. Dug out by Vivaldi. Set by Goldberg. Sent over by Rosman. Dug out by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Tomer. Roll shot. Taken by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi. Rosman the spike. Gets through. Will Rosman firing on all cylinders as he picks up his 14th kill of the match. Needham 2 points away from taking this third set. This serve received by Huang, set by Smagula. Tomer the spike deflected and taken by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi. Rosman blocked, recovered by Goldberg. Bumped up by Vivaldi. Pushed to the back by Rosman. Taken by Raybold. Bumped up by Lamb. Spike Tomer. No deflection. Missed it. Set point now for Needham as they're up 24-18. 5 unanswered points for the Rockets since Brookline had cut it to 1. And a miss into the net by Vivaldi. And I'll tell you, one of the unsung heroes for Needham so far has been their libero, Tyler Goldberg. The number of blocks and spikes that he's been able to recover for Needham to keep them in the point. Serve from O'Donnell, taken by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman deflected, kept alive by Raybold. Sent on 2 by Smagula, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Goodman the spike, he missed it. Didn't get over. Brookline not backing down, but they would still need 4 unanswered points just to stay alive in this set. O'Donnell back on serve. Taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Rosman, the spike blocked. Smagula and Spencer on the coverage there as Brookline continues to fight. Five blocks today for Spencer as a timeout was called for Smagula, his second block. But Brookline would still need 3 more unanswered to tie this up. Serve O'Donnell, taken by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Rosman pushed to the back, it sails long. Rosman, thinking about the block from the last point, decides to send it deep and sends it too far. Serve O'Donnell, taken by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Rosman, push, dug out by O'Donnell. Rosman again pushes, missed it! Oh my goodness, Brookline is 1 point away from tying this up. And how about Jed O'Donnell? Not just the consistent serving, but a great defensive dig there to keep Brookline alive. This serve, taken by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Rosman got it through. Off the side of the blocker's hands, and by the skin of their teeth, Needham takes the third set, 25-23. A valiant comeback effort from Brookline, but they were 1 point short. Needham takes the 2 sets to 1 lead here in Needham. Once again, I'd like to remind you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS Sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything, from remodels to handyman honeydew lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. Well, a very big fourth set coming up here. Brookline needs to win this set to stay alive. If Needham wins, they win the match. Brookline in these second and third sets have definitely looked better than they did in the first, but they got to finish if they want to stay alive in this one. Here we go. First point of the fourth set. Serve received by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. The spike blocked but recovered. Set now by Goldberg. Clunan tries, push to the back, taken by Alpha Khoury. Set by Smagula to the right. Raybould fires off the hands for the kill. Liam Raybould with his 6th kill of the match so far. This serve received by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Clunan, the spike, gets through. Back and forth we go, tied up at 1 as each team gets a strong hit there. 11 kills now for Clunan, 33 assists for Vivaldi. Serve Goldberg, received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Spencer spike, gets through for the kill. Brookline's seen some good success when they can get their middle hitters involved. Zach Spencer picking up his 3rd kill of the match thus far. Now this serve from Tomer, dug out by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Klein, he whiffed on it and sent it just wide. You could tell that one went just barely off his fingertips there, not where he wanted to go. Serve Tomer, taken off the ceiling by Lou. Vivaldi to Clunan, tap over, perfectly placed. Over the blocker's hands and not far enough for anyone behind him to pick it up. 12 kills now for Clunan. This serve received, set by Smagula. Alpha Khoury fires, blocked. Alpha Khoury recovers, set by Smagula to the right. Raybould, he's blocked. Recovered by Spencer, set by Smagula. Back to Alpha Khoury, pushes it off the blocker's hands. Clever tactics from Alpha Khoury for the kill. Alpha Khoury has honed that technique this season, being able to kind of push the ball off the blocker's hands and wide. Lamb the serve, dug out awkwardly, a battle at the net, won by Needham, but recovered by Galucci, set by Smigula. Raybold fires for another kill. Liam Raybold picking up his 7th kill there with a powerful spike from the right side. Smigula his 26th assist. Lamb serve taken by Lou, set by Vivaldi. Klein blocked, but recovers. Battle at the net, won! It was won, I think, by Vivaldi. I think that was Vivaldi, and I think I'll give that a kill, I guess. It was either a kill or a block. I'll give him a kill, his 3rd. Serve Clunin, taken by Tomer, set by Smigula. Alpha Curry, tap over, dug out there, set by Vivaldi over to Rosman. Spike dug out by Tomer, set by Smigula. Tomer fires and gets off the blocker's hands for the kill. Good recovery there defensively by Tomer off the spike from Rosman to put himself in a position to get that kill, his 13th. Raybold serve, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Rosman tap, recovered by Raybold, followed up and tapped over by Alpha Curry. Taken by Rosman, set Vivaldi. Klein, dug out by Tomer, followed up by Alpha Curry. Smigula sends it over, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman gets through for another kill. Rosman, a powerful attacker today. He's got 16 kills. 35 assists for Luke Vivaldi. And now a new face on serve for Needham, number 14, Lucas Tarragona. Tarragona's serve taken by Alpha Curry, set by Smigula, and a hard spike from Luca Galucci. Again, if Brookline is able to find their middle hitters for more of those kinds of points, could be huge. 3rd kill for Galucci, 28th assist for Smigula. Alpha Curry's serve taken there, set by Vivaldi. Push, dug out by Raybold, bumped up by Smigula. Tomer fires, another missile from Amir Tomer. As Brookline leads by 4 and a timeout is called by Needham. 14 kills for Tomer. 29 assists for Smigula. Brookline's starting to get some of their other hitters involved. Tomer still leading the way with 14 kills, but now Raybold with 7, Alpha Curry with 6. Spencer and Galucci have 3 each. For Needham, their primary hitters, the two-headed monster of Rosman and Clunin. Rosman with 16, Clunin with 12. Behind them, Goodman with 5 and Klein with 4. And then Max Cooper with 1 and Vivaldi himself with 3. Brookline trying to continue their early momentum here in the 4th set out of the timeout. Alpha Curry on serve. Serve received by Rosman. Battle at the net, but an overreach by Tomer. And Needham gets the free point. Now on serve is Vivaldi. This serve taken by Alpha Curry, set by Smigula. Tomer fires. Oh, we got a net touch called against Goodman. Would have gone for a kill for Tomer, but the violation was called first. 9-5 as Jed O'Donnell subs in for Brookline to go on serve. Serve deep, taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman pushed to the back, dug out by O'Donnell, followed up just barely, punched over by Raybould, but it goes long. Again, O'Donnell, in his limited playing time, showing some great effort both on serve and on defense, but couldn't keep that one alive. Logan Liu, the serve, taken by Lamb, set by Smigula, tap by Spencer, pancake dig by Goldberg, set up for a tap over by Clunan. Brookline was just left staring at that one. But a huge dig out there by Tyler Goldberg. Serve taken by Alfakuri, set by Smigula. Raybould from the right. Nice cross-court spike for the kill. Good curving angle from Raybould as he picks up his 8th kill. This serve received, set by Vivaldi. Clunan, the spike dug out by Lamb. Set by Smigula from the back. A tap over by Alfakuri, taken by Goodman. Set by Vivaldi. Clunan push, taken by Smigula, bumped up by Lamb. And Tomer fires a shot, taken by Liu, bumped up by Goldberg. Clunan tap over, taken by Spencer. Set by Smigula. Tomer fires. He got it. That one was close. Oh, I messed up the replay. Sorry about that, folks. 15 kills now for Tomer, 31 assists for Smigula. This serve, taken by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Goodman blocked, recovered by Cooper, rolls over the net, taken by Tomer, set by Smigula to the right. Raybould fires, not off a hand, just missed it. (11-8) the score in Brookline's favor here in set number 4. This serve taken by Lamb, set by Smigula to the right. Tomer fires cross court, dug out by Vivaldi, set by Goldberg. Clunan push, gets through. Clunan has had great reads on the Brookline defense all match long. Not the most powerful shots, but he's been threading the needle for a bunch of kills. That's his 14th. Goldberg, his 2nd assist. Serve taken by Alfakuri, set by Smigula. Spencer fires to the back corner. Well placed for the kill. Fourth kill for Zach Spencer. For Smigula, his 32nd assist. Tomer the serve, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunan the spike, off the fingertips of Tomer, kept alive by Lamb, bumped over by Smigula. Taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Klein, push, taken by Smigula, set by Lamb from the back. Tomer fires, dug out there by Liu, followed up a bit awkwardly, bumped over by Clunan. Taken by Tomer, Smigula the set. Spencer fires, dug out by Vivaldi, bumped up by Goldberg. Clunan push, taken by Smigula, set by Lamb, over to Alfakuri, off the blocker's hands, taken by Vivaldi, set by Goldberg. Goodman fires off the net court, diving dig by Lamb, bumped up by Spencer, bumped over by Lamb, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunan the spike, blocked! Oh, what a rally! It was Raybould and Spencer on the coverage there. 4th block for Raybould, 6th block for Spencer, and a huge .1 for Brookline as they go up by 4. And a timeout is called by Needham. The thrill's starting to pick up here in set number 4. Again, if you know of any fans that aren't watching this one, you better tell them to watch, because this one is a good one. Mark Forgas again in the email saying, thank you again for your professionalism and your amazing talent. As a long-term name-challenged adult, I am in awe of your playing calling. Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate it. All right. Out of this timeout. Tomer on serve. Brookline up 4. Taken by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi to the right. Spike could not be dug out as Goodman picks up another kill. 6th kill for Goodman. Making an impact in his first varsity season. 37 assists for Vivaldi. Shallow serve taken by Lamb, set by Smagula. Raybold fires. No deflection. He overshoots it. 2 big points for Needham out of the timeout as they start closing the distance with Brookline. Serve Goodman, shallow again, taken by Alpha Khoury, set by Smagula. Tapped down by Spencer, diving dig by Goldberg. Followed up by Vivaldi, bumped over by Clunan. Taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Raybold, tap over. Could not be dug out, it touched the floor. Goldberg almost had it, but not quite. Great read by Raybold, sending that as close to the sideline as he could for his 9th kill. Smagula, his 33rd assist. Lamb serve, dug out there. Chased down awkwardly by Vivaldi. Battle at the net. Oh, an illegal reach over against Raybold, or an illegal net touch. They called some violation on him. And once again, it's a 2-point game here in the 4th set. 14-12. Clunan the serve, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alpha Khoury the spike, cross court, dug out by one arm by Clunan. Sent over on one, taken by Galucci, set by Smagula. Pushed down the line, and Raybold missed it wide. Timeout called by Brookline as Needham has cut it down to 1. Liam Raybold has been doing a good job getting more and more involved as the match has gone on, but he's had a couple of bad misses the past couple of hits. Again, you can see the strategy of that last one, sending it down the line where there was an opening. Just came off his hand wrong. (14-13). Here in a critical juncture in the middle stages of this 4th set. Again, Brookline needs to win this set to stay alive and send it to a do-or-die 5th set. Needham, if they win this set, they take the match and give Brookline their first loss of the year. Clunan serve, taken by Alpha Khoury off the ceiling, bumped up by Smagula. Alpha Khoury off the blocker's hands, taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman pushes to the back, missed it just long. The Needham crowd did not like that call, but it is the officials' call to make. That was a tough one there, as Raybold gets ready to serve. Serve taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi, spike Rosman, dug out by Tomer, set by Smagula from the back. Tomer fires, dug out by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Rosman pushes and could not be dug out. Needham staying right with Brookline as Rosman picks up his 17th kill. Serve from Klein, received by Alpha Khoury, set by Smagula, back to Alpha Khoury, blocked, and couldn't keep it alive, as that, I believe, was Cooper and Vivaldi on the block. Not a lot of full blocks for Needham today, but they get one there to tie it up at 15. And that serve into the net from Klein. Brookline takes the free point to go back up by 1. Alpha Corey on serve. He's been a consistent server for Brookline today. Can they build some momentum with him serving here? Off the fingertips, and it's an ace for Kais Alpha Corey. Boy, ask for the momentum point, and it shall be received. First ace of the day for Kais Alpha Corey. This serve taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Push is deflected, taken by Smigula, followed up by Alpha Corey. Spiked over by Tomer, barely kept alive by Needham, and just barely they get it over. From Galucci to Smigula, back to Galucci, blocked. Recovered by Lamb, bumped up by Smigula. Tomer, a roll shot, dug out by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Rosman fires, missed it. Boy, we're getting some wild rallies again and again as this match goes on. Do you believe me now when I say this is a heavyweight bout? If you didn't believe me before, you should now. Alpha Corey the serve, taken by Rosman, bumped up by Vivaldi. Rosman spikes and gets the kill. Will Rosman with 18 kills. Luke Vivaldi, 39 assists. Needham staying right on Brookline's heels. They trail by 2. Vivaldi the serve, received by Alpha Corey, set by Smigula. Tomer pushes, blocked, recovered, bumped up by Smigula. Roll shot, Tomer off the fingertips, but followed up by Goldberg. Rosman pushes, deflected, taken by Raybold, set by Smigula from the back. Alpha Corey, dug out by Goldberg. Off the ceiling, it's Vivaldi, then pushed by Rosman, taken by Raybold, set by Lamb. Tomer pushes, deflected, taken by Clunan, set by Vivaldi to the right. Spike, Goodman blocked, dug out, followed up by Vivaldi. Rosman the spike, dug out, could not be followed up. Another thrilling rally between these two teams. This one goes to Needham. Vivaldi picks up his 40th assist of the day as Rosman his 19th kill. Vivaldi the serve, taken by Alpha Corey, set by Smigula. Tomer fires, deflected, taken by Goldberg, bumped up by Vivaldi. Rosman blocked, dug out by Vivaldi, followed up by Cooper. Rosman tap over, chased down by Smigula, set by Lamb. Tomer just gonna push it, taken by Vivaldi, set by Goldberg. Rosman fires, blocked, or no, it wasn't blocked. It went under. Tied up at 18 as Brookline calls timeout. 20 kills for Will Rosman. Boy, we're getting some wild rallies here in the 4th set. Feels like, what, 3 of the last 4 or 5 points have been these insane, almost minute-long rallies. You know, again, part of what makes these two teams rank among the best in Massachusetts year in and year out is their defensive discipline and fundamentals. You see that when they're on, they are surviving hit after hit after hit to keep it going. As we enter the late stages of this 4th set, things tight as anything. Tied up at 18. Needham trying to win it here. Brookline trying to send it to a 5th set. Vivaldi back on serve out of the timeout. Received by Alpha Corey. Sent on 2 by Smigula, but it's recovered by Rosman, set by Clunan. Rosman pushes, dug out, sent on 2 by Smigula, taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi, spike deflected, and taken by Tomer, set by Smigula. Tomer fires, and it couldn't be dug out. Huge defensive efforts from Brookline to stay on the point long enough to set up Tomer for a power shot there. 16 kills for Tomer, 34 assists for Smigula. Serve from O'Donnell. Taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi, back to Rosman, blocked! Smagula and Spencer on the coverage. I think it was Smagula who got his hands on it, but I'll call it an assisted block. 3 blocks for Smagula, 7 for Spencer. Back on serve. They set up for Rosman, and this time he pushes it down, but did he miss it? What's the call? And it looks like the official didn't see it, and we're going to get a mulligan on that point. That spike from Rosman, close to the sideline. The official just didn't see it. O'Donnell the serve, taken by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Rosman push. That one went off the blocker's hands for the kill. Rosman is 21st assist. Vivaldi assist number 42. 20-19 the score. Brookline did reach that 20-point threshold first, which is usually a good signifier of who's going to win the set, but Needham is right with him here, trailing by just 1. Logan Liu on serve. Taken by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula, over to Tomer, blocked. Could not be kept alive. Cooper and Goodman on the coverage there. Second block for Cooper, as we're all tied up at 20. Serve Liu, taken by Lamb, bumped up by Smagula, punched to the back by Tomer, and he missed it. Needham with 3 big unanswered points following that mulligan call. And they now lead 21-20. Serve taken by Tomer. Sent on 2 by Smagula. Diving dig by Liu. Bumped up by Goldberg. Pushed to the back by Smagula on 1. What a great read by Alex Smagula. Off of the desperate dig off the on-2 attack, Smagula saw that no one was covering the back, and he just pushed it back there where no one was as he picks up his first kill of the day. All knotted up at 21. Smagula on serve. Received by Liu. Set by Vivaldi. Clune in the spike. Sails it. No deflection. Brookline back in the driver's seat, up by 1. This serve taken by Liu. Set by Vivaldi. Clunan blocked. Recovered. Set by Vivaldi. Clunan tries to get blocked again. Raybold with the assist from Spencer. Fifth block for Liam Raybold. 8th block for Zach Spencer today. This serve taken by Liu, set by Vivaldi, tap over, diving dig by Smagula, kept alive by Spencer and bumped over by Lamb. Taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi, Clunan spike blocked, recovered by Liu, set by Vivaldi, back to Clunan, tap blocked again! Oh my goodness! Liam Raybold, you are a monster! What a play there. I think I'll give a solo block that time to Raybold. Set point for Brookline. Serve taken by Liu. Set by Vivaldi. Spike Clunan. Recovered by Smagula. Bumped up by Lamb. Bumped over by Tomer. Taken by Goodman. Set by Vivaldi. Goodman the spike. And it goes sideways off the blocker's hands. And we're not done yet. 7th kill for Freddie Goodman. 24-22, still set point for Brookline, but it's close. Goldberg serve. Oh, an awkward receive. An ace for the libero. And a very big point coming up here. 24-23, still set point for Brookline, but if Needham gets this point, they'll send it into a deuce situation. Goldberg the serve, received by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Tomer the spike, gets it! Amir Tomer, the go-to guy for Brookline when they need a point, and he gets it for them as they take the fourth set. And the unsung hero there, Kais Alfakuri, what an adjustment he's made throughout this match, improving on his service receive to such a degree. And you saw that all kind of condensed into 2 points there. A bad serve receive on the ace by Goldberg, then a solid serve receive to set up the kill for Tomer, his 17th. Smagula, his 35th assist. And folks, we are going to a do-or-die fifth set as Brookline takes it 25-23. This is Bay State Conference Volleyball. Are you not entertained? As we get ready for this fifth and final set, I remind you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything from remodels to handyman honeydew lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. All right, one set to decide it all here in Needham. Brookline going into a do-or-die fifth set for the third time this season. They've been undefeated in those 5-set matches, defeating Wayland and Natick earlier this year. For Needham, this is actually their first match where both teams won a set. All of Needham's 8 wins this season were sweeps. Their one loss was a sweep loss to Natick. So already a unique result for Natick so far this season. For Brookline, they've seen this one before. They've won this before. Can they win it again and keep their undefeated season alive? Here we go. Matt Cloonan to serve to start us off here in the fifth set. Serve received by Tomer, set by Smagula, back to Tomer, pushes it to the back. Perfect placement as Brookline takes the first point. Remember, folks, in the fifth set, it is not first to 25 win by 2. It is first to 15. So the points even bigger now with a narrower margin to get to the finish line. Smagula the serve, taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Rosman the spike. Got it on the back line. The two teams come out swinging as Rosman picks up his 22nd kill of this match. Goldberg on serve now for Needham. Received by Alpha Khoury. Set by Smagula. Raybold fires, gets through the blockers, but it's taken by Vivaldi. Bumped up by Goldberg. Push blocked. Tomer and Spencer on the coverage that time. Great blocking. 9 blocks for Spencer. First block for Tomer. And that one was very close. All a matter of which side of the net it went over on. Some brief discussion. And they might have been discussing which side of the net it came down on, but looks like we're sticking with what was called. Brookline up 2-1 off the big block from Tomer and Spencer. This serve dug out by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Goodman a spike blocked! Another huge block, and it's Kais Alpha Khoury! A solo block from Kais Alpha Khoury. Brookline asserting their presence up front. Serve Tomer, taken by Goldberg off the ceiling, chased down by Vivaldi. Rosman sends it over off the fingertips, but followed up by Tomer, pushed over by Smagula. Taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi. Klein blocked, recovered by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Rosman, tap over, dug out by Smagula, set by Lamb. Tomer, tap over, taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi, over to Rosman, spike blocked, recovered by Goldberg, over on one, taken by Alpha Khoury, set by Smagula, to the right, Raybold fires, dug out by Goldberg, followed up by Vivaldi, kept alive as Goodman bumps it over, taken by Lamb, set by Smagula, Spencer, tap over, off the fingertips of Goodman, chased down by Clunin, bumped over by Klein, taken by Lamb, set by Smagula, from the back, Tomer fires, deflected, taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi, and now Rosman fires, blocked, off the net cord, recovered by Alpha Khoury, bumped up by Smagula, his bodies go flying, pushed over by Tomer, pushed back by Goodman, pushed back by Alpha Khoury! Timeout is called, and my lungs are so grateful. Oh my gosh, what a rally that was. I need to sit down after that one. Wow. You cannot question both the defensive ability as well as the heart and hustle of these two teams. These are two teams that want it in the worst way, and they both know they can take it. They both know they're capable of it. And that's how you get a heavyweight bout like this. This is a treat. Enjoy this. If you are a fan of the sport of volleyball, you enjoy this. 4-1, Brookline leads. Out of the timeout, can they keep their momentum or will Needham adjust? Tomer still on serve for Brookline. Needham making sure they're in rotation correctly. Serve from Tomer, taken by Lou, over on one, tapped down by Alpha Khoury, but recovered by Klein. Set by Vivaldi, Rosman spike deflected, and taken by Lamb. Set by Smagula from the back, Tomer fires, oh no! Tomer stepped over the middle line when coming from the back, and the officials called him on it. So Needham gets a free point off of Brookline's violation. Can they take advantage? Goodman's serve, taken by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey pushes it, taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi. Spike Klein gets through. Needham is fighting back here with a couple of big points. Thomas Klein, his 5th kill. Luke Vivaldi, his 45th assist. Serve, diving dig by Lamb, kept alive by Smagula. Tap over by Alpha Corey. Oh, wow, what a point for Brookline. Kais Alpha Corey with a great read on the tap over. Following up great efforts from Lamb and Smagula just to keep that point alive. Smagula with his 37th assist. And a huge diving dig to get it started by Jacob Lamb, the libero, as Lamb himself now goes on serve. Lamb's serve, received by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman the spike, off the blocker's hands for the kill. Will Rosman, 23 kills on the day, as he has been fighting all match long. Subs out here as Ethan Lee comes in to go on serve for Needham. This serve received by Tomer, set by Smagula. Tap over by Luca Gallucci. Great adjustment in mid-air by Luca Gallucci, his 4th kill of the match. Smagula, his 38th assist. 6-4, Brookline leads. Raybold, the serve, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman blocked, dug out by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Clunin, he sails it. Brookline back up by 3, but still a lot of room left in this 5th set. Serve Raybold, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike deflected, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Tomer from the back. Oh, he stepped over the line again. Another violation on Brookline as the passes from Smagula not far back enough for Tomer to be able to take them without stepping over that middle line that separates the front court and the back court. Tarragona on serve. Received by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Gallucci fires, blocked, recovered by Smagula. Set by Lamb. Alpha Corey tries his hand, dug out by Rosman. Traffic on the second hit, pushed over by Clunin. Taken by Lamb, set by Smagula. Gallucci pushes, taken by Landon Liu, set by Vivaldi. Spike Clunin, dug out by Lamb. Sent on 2 by Smagula, and it couldn't be dug out as it goes off the wall. The two teams switch sides off a big on-2 spike by Alex Smagula. Second kill of the day for Smagula. Lamb, his 2nd assist. Brookline leads by 3. They are over halfway to the goal with 8 points. But Needham not that far behind, trailing by 3. James Carr in a live chat saying Amir Tomer is him. Tomer with 18 kills and 1 block so far for Brookline as their lead hitter. Carr, of course, a fellow senior like Tomer, and both of them co-captains on their respective spring teams. Tomer here in volleyball, Carr in lacrosse. Kais Alpha Corey the serve, taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Clunin the spike deflected, and taken by Lamb, bumped up by Tomer. Smagula sends over a roll shot, taken by Rosman, battle at the net. It's sent on Needham's side, set by Clunin, sent over by Cooper, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula, back to Tomer, fires, gets it! Amir Tomer continues to be him with his 19th kill. .39 assists for Smagula. Serve off of Corey, taken by Clunan, set for Clunan, deflected, and he gets the kill. Matt Clunan with his 15th kill. 47 assists for Luke Vivaldi. 9-6 the score. Vivaldi now on serve. Serve taken by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Raybold fires, got it through, but it's recovered by Goodman. Set by Vivaldi, Clunan sends it, dug out by Raybold. Set by Smagula, Tomer, roll shot, dug out by Rosman. Set by Vivaldi, spike Clunan, blocked back, recovered by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi, Clunan tries again with the tap over, and it's kept alive by Raybold, and they somehow got it over, we're still going. Goldberg to Vivaldi, to Goodman, blocked, Goodman recovers, set by Vivaldi, Clunan, tap off the fingertips for the kill. Another wild, wacky point between Brookline and Needham. That one won by Clunan as he picks up his 16th kill. 9-7 the score. Vivaldi serve, and they just watched it. Brookline caught staring at it as a timeout is called. Vivaldi with his third ace of the day. And it's a 1-point game here in set number 5. Sammy Green in the live chat saying blocking is so good right now it might steal them the game. And that may be true, but good serving could steal Needham the game as they've been strong on serve all match long. I count 9 total service aces for the Rockets so far today. 3 each from Clunan and Vivaldi, 2 from Goldberg, 1 each from Lee and Logan Liu. Actually, that's 10, not 9. Missed one. 10 total aces for Needham. Out of the timeout. 9-8, Brookline still ahead, but just barely. Vivaldi's serve, and a good watch by Lamb as it goes long. Brookline's had some of those backline watches backfire on them, but Lamb confident in his decision there to watch it go. Jed O'Donnell back in to serve. Taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Clunan the spike blocked. Recovered there by Cooper. Set by Vivaldi. Clunan tap over blocked. And they can't keep it alive. What a play by Zach Spencer. I have Spencer with an absurd 10 blocks today. A lot of them might be assisted blocks, but I would call that last one a solo block. This serve taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Clunan tries again, and this time with the running spike, he gets it through. 17 kills for Matt Clunan, 49 assists for Vivaldi. 11-9. Clunan on serve. Taken by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula, spike down by Spencer. Have yourself a day, Zach Spencer. 5 kills for Spencer to go along with his team-leading 10 blocks. 40 assists now for Smagula. This serve, taken by Clunan a bit awkwardly, kept alive by Vivaldi. Rosman couldn't get it over on 3. A huge point for Brookline. Maybe not a full service ace, but still strong serving from Smagula. Brookline 2 points away from taking it here in the 5th set. This serve taken by Liu, set by Vivaldi. Rosman blocked, Recovered off the fingertips by Goldberg, set by Liu, pushed by Rosman. Oh! That one, I think, went off the pole, off the block. I think we can call that one another kill for Rosman, his 24th, as Logan Liu picks up his first assist. This serve taken by Lamb, set by Smagula. Tomer flies and delivers again. Amir Tomer puts Brookline on the doorstep at match point with his 20th kill of the match. Tomer serving for it all. Received by Liu, set by Vivaldi, spike by Klein, got through, recovered by Alfakori, but not cleanly. We're not done yet. A kill there for Klein, his 6th, 50 assists for Vivaldi. Brookline still at match point as Smagula sets for Rabel. He swings and it's blocked back by Rosman. First block of the day for Will Rosman as a timeout is called by Brookline. Even down to match point. Every point another thriller. More notes in the live chat. Wally Lawrence, another senior captain, this time of the baseball team, in the live chat saying Amir and Alec are the founding fathers of this glorious sport. And James Carr saying, Wally, you can't forget Raybold, who has, he says, own the Rockets the entire game. And I'll tell you, you can't count those chickens before they hatch. It may be match point for Brookline, but they still need to get that last point. You can't run the clock out in volleyball. You have to finish the job. And Needham just 2 points behind Brookline. Here we go. Still match point. Goodman on serve. Taken by Alfakori. Set by Smagula. Alfakori the spike blocked. Wide! Kais Alfakori calls game, and Brookline's undefeated season is alive and well here in Needham. Who else but Kais Alfakori on both the spike and the service receive? One of the biggest adjustments of the match was Alfakori getting stronger on the service receive. And what a triumphant spike there. The final score here in Needham. The Brookline High Warriors, 3 sets. The Needham High Rockets, 2 sets. Set scores 16-25, 25-22, 23-25, 25-23, 15-12. Wow, did that live up to the billing of a rematch of last year's state finals or what? What a match. Brookline officially clinches their spot in the state tournament with their 10th win as they improve to 10-0 on the season. Needham falls to 8-2, but I'll tell you, as tough and frustrating as this loss might be, there's absolutely no shame in it. Needham played a spectacular match. They played, honestly, I would say they played better than all 3 matches they had against Brookline last year combined. They've got a lot to be proud of, in my mind. My unofficial stats for the match for Brookline: Amir Tomer with 20 kills and 1 block. Alex Smagula, 42 assists, 3 blocks, 2 kills. Zach Spencer with 10 blocks and 5 kills. Liam Raybold, 9 kills, 6 blocks, 1 assist. Kais Alfakori with 9 kills, including the match winner. 2 blocks, 1 ace, 1 assist. Luca Gallucci with 4 kills. Jacob Lamb with 2 aces and 2 assists. For Needham, I had Will Rosman with 24 kills, 2 assists, and 1 block. Luke Vivaldi with 50 assists, 3 aces, 3 kills, and 1 block. Matt Clunan with 17 kills and 3 aces. Frederick Goodman with 7 kills and 1 block. Thomas Klein with 6 kills. Tyler Goldberg, 2 assists and 2 aces. Max Cooper, 2 blocks and 1 kill. Logan Liu, 1 ace and 1 assist. Ethan Lee, 1 ace, and Landon Liu, 1 assist. Well, that's going to do it for this one, and would you believe we got a JV match coming up after this one. That one's going to be live on this channel as well, but we're going to wrap up things here with this varsity broadcast. One last thank you to our local sponsor for today, Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS Sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything from remodels to handyman honey-do lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. Some last notes in the live chat. Mason Stern agreeing with James Carr on his note about making sure to include Liam Raybold in that Founding Fathers list. And the family Raybold saying congrats to Brookline, great win, and happy birthday, Liam Raybold, who gets himself quite the birthday present with a thrilling win here. Well, be sure to check out the information down in the description section of this video, the link and phone number for our local sponsor, Brookline Proven, as well as the links for our local charity spotlight, Brookline Cares, as well as some links related to me that you can also see on the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com, my email, as well as my social media accounts on Instagram and Facebook. You know, I might post, 1 or 2 highlight plays tonight. I'll probably post the rest tomorrow from this match on this YouTube channel, as well as on Instagram and Facebook. So be sure to be on the lookout for those. But that is going to do it. Brookline 3, Needham 2, 16-25, 25-22, 23-25, 25-23, 15-12. From Needham High School in Needham, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for the JV match right after this.